Hey guys, today I have the second 20th anniversary cigar. This time the Maduro version. It's to be honest, I'm not sure exactly what size it is. It's either one of the two. It's either Epicure or Gordo. Something tells me it's the Gordo because it's kind of hard to tell, but you guys can see it is an extremely thick ring gauge. The Epicure is 6 by 56. The Gordo is 6 by 60, and something tells me this is closer to a 60 than 56. And the other cigar I smoked, I said it was an Epicure, but I think this is the Gordo version because it is just very, very thick. See, it guy has a beautiful, beautiful Maduro wrapper. You see, it has a slight box press, so it's kind of rectangular in shape. Nice and oily wrapper. Little tooth. The veins protrude a bit. It's got a double cap. It has a delicious hay aroma. Look at that, lots of smoke. Thick. Oh, wow. It's rich, creamy. Very smooth. Very rich and very creamy. Very deep. Medium to full body. This is about my third or fourth. I bought a box of these the day they came out. I tried it before it came out at a Perdomo event. And I knew right away they were worth buying a box of. So this is a Maduro version. They also have this in sun grown. They're both delicious. This goes for around $8, $8.50, 6 by 60. This is a Perdomo. It's a puro from Nicaragua. Puro is Spanish for pure, which means the entire cigar is made from leaves from the same country. So, in other words, it's purely Nicaraguan. The binder, the filler, and the wrapper are all Nicaraguan. They come from 3 different regions in Nicaragua. They come from Estelí, Jalapa, and Condega. Those 3 different valleys, which are the best in Nicaragua. They're obviously, like all Perdomos, very well fermented. No hint of ammonia. No bitterness, no harshness. Very well fermented. By the way, fermenting means, for those of you who don't know, it's a process that expels the ammonia from the leaves. The ammonia is what gives you a headache, what makes it harsh, what makes it bitter, what makes it disgusting. Cheaper cigars aren't fermented properly because that's what takes the most money. So the longer it's been fermented, it takes longer to make, and so the prices go up. Perdomo, they're fermented as many times as the most expensive cigars out there, and they don't bump the price up. They keep the price down, even though they've been fermented as long and as well as all these other huge brands that are way overpriced. So basically, you're getting a very expensive cigar for very little, $8.50, 60 ring gauge, well over an hour. After they've been fermented and aged, they're placed in bourbon barrels for no less than 14 months. That is just, what's the point of that? It's passion. What that is, it's passion, it's love for cigars. That's all it is. They didn't have to do that. And despite that, $8. 14 months in bourbon barrels, aged, fermented perfectly wrapped. Look at the wrapper. It is oily, it is beautiful, it is smooth, satiny. It's like cashmere. It's hard to explain. Beautiful band. Tell me that doesn't look regal and beautiful. That is exquisite. The flavors are deep and rich. This is my third or fourth one. Delicious, delicious cigar. This will go great with anything, with coffee. This is like a dessert cigar for me. The flavors are so complex, so rich, so abundant. Full flavor, no strength. So you can enjoy this at any time of the day. Maybe not for the morning. Obviously, you're not going to have this complexity in the morning. You might. I don't see why not, since the strength is low. There's lots of flavors, so let me see what I can get. The cigar is packed with flavor. Real deep. Maybe a bit of black pepper. Some black pepper there in the back. Maybe some real dark chocolate. Like a dark chocolate. Some real strong, like a doppio espresso, like a double espresso. Real creamy, real rich. It's just a delicious cigar. There you can see the filler. Nice and dark, well aged. I've had these before, so I can tell you the smoke time is well over an hour. Probably an hour and 30, hour 45 even maybe. I keep these at 69 in my box. It's been in my box since they came out in September. So it's probably been there, probably almost 2 months in my box. Like a month and a half. Here's the burn line. Again, I used matches in very, very windy weather. I have to use a whole matchbox because they kept going out on me. And yet I still achieved a pretty decent burn. And Perdomos, they fix themselves, so flawless construction always. Even in their less expensive brands. They don't stint on quality, ever. Real firm packaging. It's pretty hefty. So it gives off lots of thick, rich, creamy smoke. With lots of flavor. You get some pepper here in the back. Lingers. Still there. Real deep. You feel it in your chest. You get that really dark chocolate in the back. And with that double espresso. Like a real strong coffee. Very, very strong. Real deep. Not oppressive, not harsh. This is one of the more complex Perdomos out there. Like a Grand Cru, maybe an Habano. This is a masterpiece. In how it was blended and how it was made. The art in the band. And yes, I am biased to Perdomo. I am partisan to Perdomo. I am an advocate of Perdomo and always will be. Yes, I prefer a Perdomo over any other cigar. And that's just that. If that gets me less views, if that, gets me whatever, I don't care. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing the reviews to make money or anything. If anything, most important part is for me to go back and keep it like a log or like a journal. So I can go back and see what I got out of each cigar and see if I liked it or not. To see if it's worth smoking again. Pretty consistent, and what's nice about it is that the flavors don't get weaker as the cigar goes along. Usually some cigars, the first and second third are delicious, whatever, and then when it gets down to start getting to the last third and to the nub, the flavors die down and you get that harshness and all the nice flavors are gone. With this, it stays throughout, and that I can say honestly without, I told you that I'm partial to Perdomo, but like saying that honestly, the good flavor stays throughout and very potent, very full. It's closer to full body. It's just very deep. I mean, it's hard to explain. Definitely not for a new smoker. All the deep flavor will just overwhelm you if you're a new smoker and you have this. Also, you won't be able to pick up on all the flavors. What you will pick up is the espresso, like a doppio espresso. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is the Gordo size. Probably. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. This is most likely a 60. Slightly box pressed, so it makes it wider. But it's still very, very thick. I have another event on Saturday. Another Perdomo event. Nick Perdomo is going to be there, and Billy Perdomo. Billy Perdomo is a representative for Perdomo for all of Florida. Okay, here's 10 minutes in. It burns nice and slow. Gives you gives you a good hour and a half of pure enjoyment and bliss, without exaggeration. I mean, it is just superb. It is deep, robust flavor. It's an amalgam of delicious, robust flavors that aren't oppressive. They're not so strong that they overwhelm you. Yes, you feel it in your chest, but it's good. If you're not used to it, get ready. This is a cigar that's very deep and you feel it. This grabs your attention every time. I mean, some cigars are like, they're whatever, they're bland, they're okay, they're whatever. You know, you could start gazing or start daydreaming or get interrupted or something by something else. This keeps your attention the whole time. You enjoy every draw. There I'm getting a hint of dry sweetness from the chocolate. It's very nice. Goes perfect with the espresso and the cream. And a tiny bit of pepper. It's real toasty. It's just really deep flavor. Very strong. Not strong in body, strong in flavor. Very robust. Very deep. I mean, here, I feel it. You feel it in your chest. It's very good. Probably a nice afternoon after a big meal with a nice coffee. Perfect afternoon cigar. This gives off, as you can see, it gives off a lot of thick, chewy smoke. This is delicious. I mean, you want to chew on the smoke. I have a friend who says some cigars, I mean, well, not some cigars, but one cigar in particular that he loves so much that he feels like eating it. He says it's just delicious to him. It's like he's having a dessert. And I didn't get him. I was like, what do you mean you want to eat it? Like, you know, he would like chew on it, and it was like he told me he loved it so much he felt like he wanted to eat it. It was just so good for him. I didn't understand him but this cigar, you want to chew on the smoke. It's just so, it's like thick, it's meaty. It has nice body to it. As you can see, the smoke's real thick. Toasty. Oh man. It's awesome. It burns a bit off. That's my fault. Let's see if I have any matches left. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna let the wind just die down a bit. Try to fix it. Always let the sulfur burn off. It will destroy your cigar. The aroma of the smoke is very nice as well. Normally, I would stand if someone's standing by you who doesn't smoke cigars and they tell you that it smells bad or whatever. I understand them. I used to be the same way before I started smoking cigars. But if you walk up to me and you tell me this smells bad, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna rip you a new one, cause that is ridiculous. The smoke, the secondhand smoke, is almost as delicious as when you draw it. It's toasty, it's woody, it's earthy. It smells very nice, like mesquite wood. Very rich and creamy. The flavors are still there, the double espresso. And that is way too long.